afternoon. The Jackson Public School Board special meeting is now called to order. All board members are present, so therefore we have a quorum. We've all had an opportunity to review the agenda. Is there a motion to adopt the agenda as presented?
So moved.
Second.
Dr. Harrison has moved and Dr. Sivak has seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Any nays? There being none, the motion is approved. Do we have anyone for public participation? Public comment? We have none, and so we will move on to information action items. Ms. Robinson and Mr. McCracken have items A through H.
Good afternoon, Board President Johnson, Dr. Green, and board members. Mr. McCracken and I have the pleasure of presenting professional service agreements for Phase 2 and 3 bond project for 8 design firms as information action items. Contracts with these firms are essential as we continue to move the 2018 bond projects to completion by the end of 2021. The administration is requesting approval of the following items. A, standard JPS professional service agreement with Allen and Holshall for renovations at John Hopkins Elementary School and Brinkley and Powell Middle Schools. Item B, the standard JPS professional service agreement with Ely Guild-Hardy for renovations and improvements at Dawson, Lee, Smith, Sykes, and Walton Elementary Schools, as well as Peoples Middle School. Item C, standard JPS professional service agreement with Duval Decker for renovations at Clausell, Lake, Marshall, Oak Forest, and Pecan Park Elementary Schools. Item D, standard JPS professional service agreement with Durrell Design Group, PLLC, for renovations at Johnson and Raines Elementary Schools and Northwest and Whitten Middle Schools. Item E, standard JPS professional service agreement with Canizero Cawthorn Davis for renovations at middle school science labs. Item F, standard JPS professional service agreement with M3A Architecture, PLLC, for renovations at McLeod, North Jackson, and Power APEC Elementary Schools, and Blackburn and Chastain Middle Schools. Item G, standard JPS professional service agreement with Johnson, Bailey, Henderson, McNeil for renovations at Baker, Key, Lester, and Watkins Elementary Schools. And the final item is H, standard JPS professional agreement with Southern Consultants Incorporated for civil engineering improvements at Bates and Isabel Elementary Schools and Cardoza and Kirksey Middle Schools. With the approval of these items, the remaining Phase 3 and Phase 2 and Phase 3 schools will be under a design firm for completion.
Okay, thank you. Board members, we've heard these action items on, we've heard reports on action items A through H. Are there any further questions, or would anyone like to pull anything for separate consideration? If there is not, is there a motion to approve information action items A through H?
So moved.
Second.
Dr. Luckett has moved and Dr. Harrison has seconded. All in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Any nays? There being none, the motion is approved.
Thank you.
Next, board members, we have
Thank you.
a consent agenda items finance. All of the consent agenda items finance have been reviewed by the board previously, either brought before us as information only or in some other presentation. We've had an opportunity to ask questions of the administration. Are there any further questions? If not, is there a motion to approve the consent agenda items finance?
So moved.
I so move.
Second.
Okay, Ms. Hilliard has moved. Dr. Sivak has seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any nays? There being none, the motion is approved. Next, board members, we have the consent agenda items personnel. All of the consent agenda items have been reviewed by the board previously. We've had an opportunity to ask questions of the administration. Are there any further questions, board members? If not, is there a motion to approve the consent agenda personnel?
I
So
so
moved.
move.
Okay.
Second.
Okay, so I think that was Ms. Hilliard. Was that Ms. Hilliard?
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Okay. So Ms. Hilliard has moved. Dr. Luckett has seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any nays? There being none, the motion is approved. Is there consideration to hold an executive session? There
There's none
is
that
not
I'm
a,
aware of.
okay, there's not a consideration to hold an executive session. Board members, is there a motion to adjourn? And I think this might be a record-setting meeting.
So moved, Madam President. I move that we adjourn.
I
Second.
second, Madam President.
Dr. Harrison has moved. Ms. Hilliard has seconded. All in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Any nays? There being none, the motion is approved and this meeting is adjourned. It was so quick.